Today, from Los Angeles, California, this is the National Football League. We'll see Matthew Stafford and the Los Angeles Rams taking on Deshaun Watson and the Cleveland Browns.
From the second largest city in the U.S., Los Angeles, California, we've got football as EA Sports coverage of the NFL is on the air. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis with you from our broadcast perch. And, Charles, as we get this thing started, what are you going to be keeping your eye on?
Special teams. Field position is always a big determiner in a ball game. Who sets their offense up for success the best, that team will win the game.
And off we go from SoFi Stadium. And he won't quite make it to the 25. So out come the Rams now for their first possession. They'll be led out by a longtime starter in the NFL, a former #1 overall pick way back in 2009. It's Matthew Stafford.
And Matthew Stafford was taken first overall in the 2009 draft, and he certainly played like a top pick. Throughout his career, he's been one of the most prolific passers in the league, and there's no reason to believe he's going to slow down his production anytime soon. Not only that, he's also one of the tougher quarterbacks in the league as well.
Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain.
Nice run defense presented there, and what I mean by that is discipline. The guys filling the right gaps in the right holes, no one over-pursuing, and making a very nice play.
From the 25, here's a 2nd and 9. To throw is Stafford. Over the middle, that's hauled in by Kupp. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. Stafford now to throw. Screen play set up for Williams. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
And as you're game planning as a staff, you go through all the different ways you can neutralize the other guy's pass rushers. Extra linemen, leave a tight end in, bring the running backs back in to block. Or you can do this, a little simple screen pass, and it works to perfection.
They'll fake it. Now Stafford. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I like what they tried to do there. They didn't get a completed pass downfield, but they came off of a momentum play. Big-time gain on the previous snap. Came right back and threw one deep, hoping to catch them on their heels.
Now a 2nd and 10. Here's Stafford. To the sideline, and it's caught, but boy, he's out of bounds. And they tried to get him into space coming out of the backfield, but it'll be 3rd down.
Really good coverage all over the field, and it took away his intended read and almost dared him to try for his guy out of the backfield. No surprise on that one. It doesn't connect.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Middle of the field, it's Robinson. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 41-yard line. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. We got to like what you're seeing from this offense here on the first drive. A nice, sustained series to begin the game, and it will continue after picking up another first there.
Would you say the word methodical comes to mind? I love the execution. I love what they're doing on this drive. They're controlling the ball, controlling the game, controlling the clock.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 41. Now we give up the middle to Williams. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Someone's looking fresh, and this O-line is definitely licking their chops. Everyone likes to run block. If you're an offensive lineman, nice early burst, nice gain too.
From the 31, here comes 2nd and a yard. Stafford. That's to the tight end, Colby Parkinson. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. And the pocket's been protected pretty good here so far on the opening drive.
We always talk about confidence in runners and catchers and quarterbacks. How about the protection detail? They're not allowing anyone near the guy throwing the football.
On 1st and 10, Stafford. That's into the hands of Parkinson, the tight end. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door. 1st and goal. Williams is going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. It finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 down, stay on the field, run it, and catch it. And he gets it done.
Extra point attempt to come here. It's up, it's good, and the Rams take a 7-0 lead. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it was capped off by the Kyren Williams touchdown run. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. So here are the Browns under head coach Kevin Stefanski. Leading the charge will be their quarterback, always fun to watch, Deshaun Watson.
And he makes it so difficult for all defenses because when he's got the ball, it's hard to say when a play is truly over because he can create from any spot on the field and in any situation, even when it appears that he's contained. When he's running your offense, a big play could arrive from any possible spot.
They will start this drive with Ford. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, they sent the power set out there, and their job is to be man-on-man and move people so they can run the football. But that time, too many men didn't get moved in the box defensively. They end up throwing him for a loss.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Again, they turn to Ford. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
You've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
The Rams calling on their nickel set here defensively for 3rd down. Watson. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. Call it a pickup of 3, and also now likely a punt on their opening drive.
Yeah, and on 3rd down, you know those pass rushers, they're in the starter's block. They're just waiting for the pistol to fire. You can almost hear the defensive coaches on the sideline pre-snap. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Really good job there of identifying it and making the play to force 4th down.
Here's Corey Bojorquez now to punt this one away. Running back Kyron Williams deep for L.A. Pulled in at the 24. A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. So the Rams coming back onto the field, their 2nd drive of the game. This could end up being a pretty big drive. I mean, look, yes, it's early in this game, but they scored the touchdown. They got the stop. And now if they could get in the end zone here again, CD, they could grab an early stranglehold on this one.
Yeah, they certainly can, and that's what you're looking for. Where's the advantage? Can you gain it? Can you press it? Now for them, finishing it off because right now it's out there for them. They've just got to go seize it.
First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. Now a play fake it at Stafford. This one swung out to Williams. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. So he stopped for no gain, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Give him the completion, no gain, but let's focus in on that tackle. Open field tackling, the hardest thing to do in the game, I believe.
But when you get outside the tackle box, it becomes a numbers game. The defense had more than they could block. Here's Stafford now on 2nd down. He'll get that complete to Parkinson. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down. 4 yards on the pickup. Good enough to extend the drive.
A lot depended on the spot there, and he got it. But it wasn't by much, was it? I remember Coach Madden talking about, depending on which foot the official used, that would tell you whether you had the 1st down or not. You want that upfield foot to be the one that spots the ball, don't you?
And you and I have the luxury of a couple extra views here in the booth, and he did get it, but not by much. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Play action. Stafford. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Devin Bush buries him for a loss of 11 from his outside linebacker spot.
Chalk that one up to bad acting, I guess, because they certainly failed to sell the handoff, and the pressure stayed keyed in on the quarterback. No Oscar awards for this offense, just a loss of yardage.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Out of the gun, Stafford. That's into the hands of Tutu Atwell. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Back to throw, Stafford. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that'll bring up fourth down. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and this will remain a one-touchdown game. Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
Dances by him. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
To throw is Watson. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A gain there of 21 yards. The handoff to Ford up the middle. Oh, able to avoid him. And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The start of the second quarter, and it's the Browns in control of the football. 3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. As they've got it as we resume action. This is the tight end, Njoku. So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that will bring up second down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
2nd and 5. Here's Watson. A quick throw there is incomplete. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Here's Watson. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Deshaun Watson taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Browns are an extra point away from drawing level. Well, the defensive coverage was good, so good he just decided to make a play of his own, and it worked out.
Yeah, you often wonder if they think to themselves, was the coverage too good to allow him to run the football? But I think you'd rather take your chances with him doing exactly that, and he beat him on that play all the way to the end zone.
Dustin Hopkins on now to add the extra point. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. That time a 6-play drive. And the final act belonged to Deshaun Watson in his touchdown run. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Now the Rams offense, they work their way back on the field. And the way their last drive ended, boy, it was frustrating. They had a pretty good drive going. It was sustained, and then it stalled out, Charles, and they missed the field goal and got nothing out of it.
Is that insult to injury? Because they had such a sustained drive, as you noted. So you know for the head coach, it almost felt like a little bit of failure to send out the field goal unit and then to not even see the ball go through the post. What a bummer on that last drive for them. Got to pick themselves up from that one.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's a 2nd and 7. A shotgun snap for Stafford. Throw left side, complete to Cup. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down. Now Stafford. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. And he was trying to get it to Tutu Atwell there. And now it's 2nd down. Up the middle, it's Williams. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And there's a work of art right there. Out of bounds at the 2-yard line.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll take this up to about the 7 or 8 yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
And that run, that changes the whole mentality about the drive right there. They were starting on their own 2-yard line. They just wanted enough space to punt the football successfully. Now they're talking about putting together a drive.
Here now, 2nd and 4. On the ground, it's Ford. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. Big yardage there for the Browns, 18.
Well, if they continue to run the football this strong, right up the middle, I don't know if they can wait till halftime to make adjustments. They better find a way to get it done series to series. I don't know if they need to sub some guys out, bring in extra people, maybe change what they're doing on the defensive side of the ball. But right now, they're running the ball very well right at them and right up the middle.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson rolling to his left. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
Certainly not the way they drew it up in the playbook, but that's why they love this guy back there. He sees things breaking down, and he's more than capable of finding an escape route and still getting a decent gain.
They'll try the air now with Watson. Open man downfield is Judy. He's got it. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 27. Now Watson. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain.
He's been making himself a weapon as a runner, and the results, they've been welcomed by his offense. My question is about the defense we're watching right now, partner. Even after he got him with a scramble earlier this drive, they still aren't devoting enough attention to him. I would expect that after that carry, they'll do a much better job going forward, spying on him on passing downs.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Now it's Watson. To the left side and complete for Amari Cooper. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot. They run with Ford, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Jerome Ford punching it in from a yard away. And the Browns go 98 yards and finish it off in the end zone. So they brought the extra bulk in down on the 1-yard line, and they're able to push this one across.
Yeah, I can just see your face right now because I know we're mind melding on this one. Coach Madden would love this. Power football, hat on a hat, chest to chest, driving forward, touchdown.
Here's Hopkins now for the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So now here are the Rams as their offense comes back out. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier, but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6. Here's Stafford. Now that'll be caught by Cup. He'll be dropped shy of the 40 despite an excellent display of footwork. Short completion, just 4 yards. And now that sets up 3rd and 2. They'll hand it off now. Williams. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
I haven't met a football team yet that runs the ball successfully that doesn't talk about having an attitude to be a running football team, right? You got to be able to put your nose in there, smell where the first down sticks are, and get there.
They stick to the ground game on first down. It's Williams. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. On the tackle that time, Shelby Harris.
He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but what he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for it in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
2nd and 9. Now it's Stafford. That's complete to Robinson. We've hit the 2-minute mark in the second quarter. 14-7. Two yards still to go. 3rd down now. Now Stafford. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. It's a Rams first down on a pickup of 10.
Let's just make this one simple. Could he be any more open than he was on that play?
And they lost him going to the outside.
Hard to believe, because you go through your accounting on each and every defensive snap. Who's got who, what defense you're in. That was totally a blown coverage.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way. A dominant pass receiver that can break down any defense, because when he's doing that kind of work, it really hurts you on the back end.
And even though it's an incompletion there, I think they're going back to that well. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Stafford. And he comes back with one complete. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Throwing again is Stafford. Pass taken in by his big tight end. He's got room to roam. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. First down.
With that down and distance, no real surprise they decided to throw the ball. But I think where the surprise kicked in, the result. Short pass downfield. That ball got taken for a nice journey to turn into a big play.
A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. Williams is into the end zone. Touchdown, LA.
Sometimes offenses can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. A 10-play drive that time.
And it was capped off by the Kyron Williams touchdown run.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30.
The Browns offense heading back out to take possession. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity. Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well. And he didn't get that done on that play.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again is Watson. This short pass into the hands of Njoku. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
Here now, 3rd and a yard.
Draw play to Ford. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Watson now to throw. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Well, this has certainly turned into a showcase game for what he can do on the ground because they're just continuing to give him chances to run it, and he's earning every additional carry by putting up positive yardage on each run.
To throw on 2nd is Watson. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Well, that one was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. This is Ford. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Here's Corey Bojorquez now. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like.
Now the Rams about to go on offense one final time in this first half.
And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run.
And the linebacker, Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, on the tackle.
So we've hit halftime all even at 14 apiece. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, back to you guys in just a moment. But welcome everyone to our Creative Village studios in the EA Sports halftime report. We thought this one would be a close battle coming in, and we have not been disappointed. But they are all even to this point. So to see if either side can pull away, let's get you right back out to Brandon and Charles for the start of the second half.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
To get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard.
And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. The Browns offense set to go to work to begin this third quarter. Well, the first half, very even. I mean, really, in all facets, this ball game tied, Charles. So as we start the third quarter, curious to see what the second half brings us.
Certainly am. I'm with you on that one, and we all know a lot of coaches from the NFL all the way down to the Pee Wee level. They love to spin it to their teams. Hey, we're starting a brand new, shorter ball game. It's all even. Let's go out and seize it. This is ours.
No gain on the play there. Second down.
And Brandon, every running back wants to use their speed in order to get out in front of things. Sometimes you just have to be patient, let blocks develop. On that play, that didn't happen.
On second down now, it's Ford. He takes this for 3 to the 29. The Rams go nickel here defensively on third. Back to throw, Watson. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. So an opening drive interception to begin this second half.
And just think about the time you spent in the locker room going over what you expected to do in the second half. Not the way they saw it, not the way they drew it up. You find out this is something that you can't just edit, right? There's no rewrite here. This is live, and now they've got to find a way out of this hole.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. After the interception, here's Stafford. He's going to find Atwell open downfield. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. 25 yards that time. They were in zone defensively, went with a crossing route. It's always interesting to watch that chess match.
Yeah, and I think safeties don't mind crossing routes against zone because eventually you're going to run into their territory, and that's when they lick their chops in order to get the big hit or a play on the ball.
Offensively, nice execution to find a hole, make the catch. They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Kyron Williams, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Rams take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points. He's got the hat trick now of rushing touchdowns. Also has his team the advantage.
And I'm looking at it 2 ways here. If I'm on defense, I don't care what they do now. I commit as many people as it takes to slowing him down running the football. Even if they want to hit me over the top on play action, I just don't let him beat me that way anymore. And if I'm him, I'm in the huddle calling the plays myself. I don't care what play call comes in. I tell my quarterback, guess what? You're handing it to me again.
And if I'm the quarterback, I'm saying, okay, that sounds good, right?
Smart quarterback.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is now 21-14. The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. Ready to take over again on offense. Out comes Cleveland. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Watson. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Looking for Cooper, that's complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Watson hooking up with Cooper there for the Cleveland first. Up the middle they go. Ford. 58 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
I don't care what the emphasis is in the NFL at any given time. Every defense is still going to say their #1 goal every game is stop the run. And right now they're not doing that, and that really chips away at your confidence.
2nd down and 4. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Ford, and he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
I know at times today's NFL sure feels like everything's about the guy throwing the football. But when you've got a guy who can run it and move it and gain this type of yardage, you'll take him each and every time.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Now a give right side. Ford. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Ford, and he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. A good productive run there on 1st down. He winds up getting 8.
After another impressive run, the question has to be asked, how do you slow these guys down running the football? I think they're going to try and get more people to the point of attack, try and get more people to the line of scrimmage, almost use a variety of run blitzes in order to try and get it done.
On 2nd down, here's Watson. Able to fight through one tackle. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd. Looking to throw. Watson. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 27-yard line. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot that they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
But really, that was no surprise there. They've been running it well all game. And I know goals change all the time, but any team will take that type of run each and every time.
Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 22.
Up the middle they go. Ford. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
Third and 3.
Back to throw. Watson.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
A very important 3rd down conversion right there, because when you're trailing and find yourself this deep in enemy territory, the kicker's not even part of your thought process. You got to make it pay off with 6. Nice connection right there to set up 1st and goal.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
want 2.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the 2nd one.
Second and goal from the 1.
Once more with Ford.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown.
Jerome Ford.
His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Browns are an extra point away now from tying this ball game.
2nd and 2
Everybody in the stadium knew what they were going to do right there, CD. 3 tight ends on the field, all that extra bulk, and they run it in.
And you saw where that one went, right? You run it over your best blocker. I can just see the head coach right now. I want to run this one over the big boy. And they got it done.
On is Hopkins now for the extra point. He's got it, and we're all tied at 21. So that drive, 12 plays in length, and it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Rams offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. We got a brand new ball game, all even after that last touchdown, so every drive now becoming a little more critical here in the second half. Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10 at their own 24. And from the shotgun, he'll throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on 1st down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
Demarcus Robinson, the intended target on that one.
And that'll bring up 2nd down. Now a handoff. Here's Williams.
44 yards for him on the ground now, and 3 touchdowns to go along with it. A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2.
They run it again with Williams.
Yeah, this is only going to be a gain of 2. He needed 3. It's 4th and 1.
You know, we might start getting some props here in the booth. You know that one that says the D and then the fence that you put up next to it? How about that? They brought out the jumbo package and still couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage enough to pick up that 1st down.
Impressive. They were ready defensively for that jumbo set. Here comes the Rams punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt, and the Browns will take over 1st and 10. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He is hoping to find the end zone for a 3rd time, and we sit now in the 3rd quarter.
And nothing would excite him more, but I think even more so, his offensive line. Anytime you've got a guy scoring that many times, that means you've done a really nice job in front of him.
You're always giving props to the big fellas up front.
It's always a good idea. Those are some massive men. So much about defending the pass is being able to be right there the moment the ball gets to the receiver, and he was right in his hip pocket, helping force that incompletion.
Third quarter, all tied up. This is 2nd and 10.
From the gun, here's Watson. This short pass into the hands of Njoku. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Looking to throw. Watson. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
We often talk about understanding the playbook, understanding progressions, and understanding what the defense is doing. We saw all of that on that play. Great recognition and understood where his running back was going to be. Found a way to have him leak out underneath, hit him with the football, and they picked up the first down.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Again, it's Watson. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Again, he'll drop to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. On third down, it's Ford. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. So both teams trade touchdowns in the third as we're through 3 quarters of play. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Los Angeles. Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. A shotgun snap for Watson. This short pass into the hands of Njoku. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. Now 2nd and 3. Now a give right side. Ford. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 99 yards rushing for him now as he's done it on 19 carries.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Right back to him on first down. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Well, I guess that's one way to slow him down, try to grab him by the face mask.
Well, nothing else seems to have worked because he certainly had his way running the football in this one.
So now factoring in the face mask, here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Watson. This short pass into the hands of Njoku. This is 2nd and 8. Watson off play action. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
Late in the game, he's certainly doing everything in his power to buy time for his guys to make a play, but in this case, he's surrounded, and all he has room to do is to get back to the line of scrimmage.
In search of 8 yards on 3rd down. They've already converted 2 of these on this drive, 2 for 2. Watson. Open man, he completes it to Judy. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be 4th down. So on comes the kicker, Dustin Hopkins, in a big spot. This to break our fourth quarter time. Hopkins' kick is good. And they have taken the lead here in the fourth quarter. So he waited on the sideline for his first chance in the ball game, and it didn't come until the fourth quarter, but he connects there. A big one to give him the lead.
Boy, you talk about coming in cold. I don't care how many times you kick it into a net. You're not really ready when you go out there and all that beef is coming at you trying to block the kick. Big spot, and he delivers.
Following the made field goal for 3, Hopkins now to kick it off.
Out of the end zone, it's Tutu Atwell. And he returns this to the 22. LA readies for its next possession. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this fourth quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10.
At their own 22. They'll try and start this drive in the air.
Connecting with Kupp here on the out route.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
Now a 2nd and 2.
They'll fake it. Now Stafford.
And that one complete downfield to Kupp.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 27 yards there, a first down.
Just more of the same here. That's back-to-back catches for him to start the drive. They've looked his way quite a bit, and with good reason, as this duo picks up yet another first down.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 43. To throw is Stafford. He sets to fire deep. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
That was for the lead right there. They know they're in a position where fortune favors the brave. So they took their shot, but couldn't connect.
Second and 10.
Throwing is Stafford.
They'll find a man over the middle, Tutu Atwell.
And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 27-yard line. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You've got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
On first down, Stafford here. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36.
Well, Zadarius Smith there getting in and bringing him to the ground. But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Stafford now to throw. And the pressure gets to him again. Barreling in for the sack, Shelby Harris.
They've gobbled up over 30 yards of turf so far, but a sack knocks them backwards. And that interrupts the momentum they were building. Good opportunity for the defense to escape this drive before they get to the end zone.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Here's Stafford.
He'll get this complete to Whittington.
So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and that's going to make it fourth down.
Brandon, a good idea there on third down. Run a little clear out and hope you can get your receiver the ball coming across the formation. Nice design, but well played defensively, and they stop him well short.
So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. And this kick is not going to get there. It's short and no good. And instead of tying it up, they'll remain down by 3. The Browns offense trotting back onto the field.
And they caught a break with that missed field goal. Instead of being tied, they now sit in the fourth quarter driver's seat, still up 3. Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10.
Right at the 50-yard line. A fourth quarter miss like that, there is no lonelier feeling than that kicker right now.
As we all know, a lot of these games, they come down to special teams. And when that chance comes, you have to perform in order to help your team get over the top.
Could have tied it. Instead, they remain down 3. I guess he was saving his best for last, so to speak. Longest run of the day coming here in the fourth quarter right there.
And that type of run makes for a better night for him and his teammates, doesn't it? To be able to produce this late in the game can lead to some big smiles and satisfaction in the locker room after this one's over.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Watson. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. To throw is Watson. And he'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper. And he's down into the red zone at the 16 after a gain of 16. 1st and 10.
A gain of 16 yards. First down, Browns.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, Watson. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
Complete to number 86. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 11-yard line.
Three points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line.
Here's a 2nd and 5.
They'll try the left side. It's Ford, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Jerome Ford
taking it in from 11 yards out.
And the Browns get an important score there to extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. What a huge touchdown that was, obviously, here in the late stages of the fourth quarter as they try to put this one away.
And, Brandon, when they watch the film after this week, they'll be very proud of every rep if they close this game out. Just a few snaps remaining. They can't relax just yet.
Now it's Hopkins to add the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And in the end, the finishing touch, an 11-yard run. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. So now Stafford and the Rams down by 10. A minute 52 to play. They'll need a score here and also likely an onside kick recovery, but first things first. 1st and 10. Stafford now to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
And now defensively in the 2-minute drill, the big key to me, make sure you understand your assignments, and anytime you get a chance to tackle someone in bounds, get them on the ground.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
Now it's Stafford. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Now Stafford. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. A fight for it, and this is caught. It's caught indeed.
Well, they're not going to go quietly. That's a big play right there. 2 scores down. They're not out of this, but they've got to move.
Now 1st and goal.
Stafford. His pass caught at the 4.
Now 2nd down and a few inches.
A shotgun snap for Stafford. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
And now the focus is really clear. They need to get that 1st down and either get out of bounds or maybe use one of those timeouts.
What a stand this would be if they can get the stop here. 3rd and goal.
Again, it's Stafford.
Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
They sure went against conventional wisdom, calling a pass on 3rd and inches.
Had to be thinking to themselves, the defense is going to overcommit against the run. Should be an easy pitch and catch. Didn't turn out that way.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to get it back to a 1-score game. And his kick is indeed good. And this is back down to a 7-point game. So they're content to take the 3. Somewhat of a conservative call there, opting not to go for it on 4th and inches.
And that's from a team that you and I know is not usually playing it close to the vest. It's a little bit of a surprise that they opted for the 3 instead of going for it.
So with just under 40 seconds to go, you figure this is going to need to bounce their way if they have any shot. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. The risk-reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play. And here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them. And field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things. Now they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. The Browns in victory formation now as they take the knee. The Rams going to be forced to use their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Down to a knee goes Watson, and that should just about do it for this ball game. The Browns send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 10.
What a game we were treated to in this one. And on that final play, they had a chance. They had the ball just beyond midfield for one final shot, but couldn't get it done, and they suffered the loss.
Yeah, and you mentioned how they had a chance on that final play, and getting it to midfield gave them that opportunity, hoping they could find their way to the end zone and make that miracle happen. A really good ending to an entertaining contest, though.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. From Southern California, so long, everybody.